The housing market might be hibernating, but this real estate brokerage stock looks anything but bearish. What's up, traders? Welcome to today's equity empire chart analysis session. When most investors are throwing darts, we're looking for clues in the charts. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the chart on real estate brokerage company Compass Inc., symbol COMP. And when we take a look at the chart, as usual, we're only going to be looking at two things. We're going to be looking for the direction of the trend, and secondly, we're going to be looking for support and resistance levels to see if we can get a quick bounce trade, or maybe if we can find a lower entry price for a longer term position. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change the time frame here to a weekly time frame, and we'll notice that if I stretch out the chart long enough, Compass just broke out to a multi-year high, to highs we haven't seen since the beginning of 2022. So that's a very bullish chart. We've got actually even a cup and handle style breakout here, okay? But no matter how you look at it, you've got the highs are moving higher, the lows are moving higher. We are definitely in an uptrend in Compass in both the weekly time frame and also the daily time frame. Now I'm going to stay on the daily time frame here to look for support levels, because the daily time frame is going to give us a few more to consider. It gives a little more granularity. Okay, so the first support level. So there's a couple ways to play it actually before I get into that. We've got this breakout here. I'm going to draw the breakout point real quickly. So we got our breakout above this black dash line here. So we just broke out above that peak from earlier this year. Okay, so for the first time this year, we're at a new high since the high that was set in mid-February. Okay, so very strong relative performance in Compass and a new breakout. So let me remove that breakout line. Let's go look for that support level we're thinking about, because it's a pretty attractive looking support level. So a couple ways to play. You can just buy the breakout. Okay, if you're very aggressive and you think this thing is really going to get some legs, you just buy the breakout. The problem with just buying the breakout is, where do you put your protective stop? There's no real technical clues as to where you put it. You'd be taking a lot more risk in buying the breakout. Now, another way to trade this would be to take the risk that it doesn't pull back. So if it just takes off and never comes back, there's 7,000 stocks to choose from, okay? So nothing lost if that's the case, other than some short-term opportunity. But a more disciplined way to enter this trade would be to wait for a pullback, and then wait for a pullback into a support level. Okay, so our first support level is a really nice looking support level right here. That's in the 961 to 910 price range. Now there's another support level just below that too. So it looks like there have been buyers have been eagerly trying to buy Compass for several weeks now. Okay, and then you got a support level below that. So there's three support levels here if we do get a major pullback. And then there's support at the swing low down here in the 692 price range. Okay, so first one, 961 to 910. Second support level, 878 to 833. Third support level, 775 to 738. Now, how you could construct the trade. This is not financial advice here. This is just a technical analysis tutorial. But a disciplined way to enter this trade, instead of chasing this breakout, would be to wait for a pullback to 961. So you place a buy limit order, 961, protective stop just below that zone, and then you can drag your target up to, let's just call it, if you want to call it 2 to 1, conservative target of 2 to 1. Okay, we could just use a trailing stop and have no target. But if you want to have a trade setup where the reward is at least double the risk you're going to take in the trade, this is the way you would set it up. Okay, so ideally this trade would play out something like this. Ideally, you get a pullback to 961 to bounce off that level and get to our target. Okay, now once again, you don't have to set a predetermined target, because if we change the time frame once again to weekly, we don't have any real technical resistance. I'm going to go to the weekly time frame for our first clue of technical resistance. We don't have any real. You did have a reversal right here. I'm just going to draw this line here. There was a reversal in the 11 range, but our first major resistance level on the weekly time frame isn't till all the way up here in the 1282 to 1349 price range. Okay, so two different places to place the target. This target right here, the target we just set, is looking a little more attractive right now because you did have a reversal here. So these two big wicks are indicative of a reversal point. Okay, so there is some technical resistance right there in the 11 price point. So we've set our target in a conservative price level. And if you're a quick trader, you're not looking to hold on for weeks or months anyway. You just want to get into a good support level and have a tradable bounce. And that's what we're looking at right here in Compass. So let's wrap up the session. Hope you enjoyed the session. I'll be back with more technical analysis later this week. In the meantime, wishing you all the best of luck in your trading and investing, and we'll see you soon.